Banks borrowing from CBN declined by 76.4% in August amid rates hike. Nigeria to showcase $10 billion oil gas investment opportunities at African Energy Week. Oil extends losses on prospect of higher OPEC plus supply. Plus, Asian markets fall after China manufacturing slumps to 6 months low. Real estate drags Hang Seng Index. The program is Business Express, reaching you from Abuja. My name is Musa Abubakar. Let's bring you up to speed with business development. Following the increase in the standard lending facility rate to 31.75%, banks borrowing from the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) dropped by 76.4% in August 2024 to 4.04 trillion naira. From 17.12 trillion naira reported in July 2024. According to financial data released by the CBN, they reported 4.04% or 4.04 trillion naira is the third lowest in 2024 as Nigerian banks exercise caution in borrowing from the Apex Bank. At 26.75% monetary policy rate, financial institutions that borrowed from CBN must now pay 31.75% per annum to breach if the SLF must be utilized. Recently, the CBN revised the asymmetric corridor around the MPR from plus 100 and minus 300 basis points to plus 500 and minus 100 basis points. This significant shift aims to discourage banks from holding excess liquidity at the central bank and to promote increased lending activities. The New Development Bank successfully wrapped up its annual meeting in Cape Town in a good position to continue with its mandate of funding South-South economic development and infrastructure projects. And after having made a substantial contribution to the development of South Africa, the meeting was held against a backdrop of increasing geopolitical tensions, weak global growth, high interest rates, and countries that are once again struggling with high sovereign debt, exchange rate devaluation, and softening growth. Developed country multilateral financial institutions, traditionally the major funders of the infrastructure and big economic development projects in emerging markets, have consequently tightened their foreign development and investment funding. The bank's president, Dilma Yousaf, said that the bank had nonetheless remained remain in a good financial position, and its liquidity reserves and loan capabilities were robust. She said the NDB also remained steadfast in its mandate to provide funding for infrastructure and major economic development projects, as well as to continue to admit more members from Southern Hemisphere countries. During the meeting, Algeria was admitted as a member of the bank. Now, the federal government is collaborating with state commissioners for youth to provide job opportunities to millions of Nigerian youth towards promoting long-term investment initiatives for their future development. Minister of Youth Development Jamila Ibrahim said this during a consultative meeting with commissioners of youth development from the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja. Alayinka reports.
This meeting is to engage with youth commissioners across the country, as well as build synergy in line with federal government's initiatives, such as Youth Investment Fund, Presidential Initiative for Youth Enterprise Clusters, and the ongoing review of the National Youth Policy that profile local solutions to national challenges. With 4 strategic areas of governance, skills, cultural and behavioral change, and human capital development at the heart of the meeting, Minister of Youth Development says to ensure youth benefit from the 110 billion naira Youth Investment Fund, mechanisms are already in place.
Robust monitoring and evaluation framework has been designed, and to ensure that loan recovery and, of course, risk management using clusters, we will be able to manage the risk that come with giving out facilities to young people. With the rate of recovery being very low.
For the commissioners, government sustainability approach of accountability, transparency, and monitoring are necessary.
1 is all about inclusiveness, and number 2 is all about delivering the mandate to the entire youth.
Youth empowerment is important. When we empower our youth, we empower the nation.
The meeting also observed that out of the 12 billion naira Youth Investment Fund released by previous administration for youth empowerment, only 150 million naira have so far been recovered from beneficiaries.
Now moving on, let's head to commodities market, where commodities prices open at the beginning of the week. Let's just see how the market is faring. The bid to ensure consumers get value for their money through quality checks, the Standard Organization of Nigeria, SON, says it will continue to deploy innovative solutions to reach the marketplace of fake and substandard products. This was at a sensitization workshop for journalists under the umbrella of Commerce and Industry Correspondents Association of Nigeria, KICAN, in Abuja. Benny Adams reports.
In a world where counterfeit products flood the market, putting consumers at risk, the need to ensure standards becomes a duty. This is as the Standard Organization of Nigeria reveals to journalists their innovative solution to combat counterfeiting through product authentication.
And the effect of this is to facilitate trade. And we have a lot of new products. For instance, we have product identification mark. That one is on the products, and it's for traceability. Once you scan it, it will show wherever location that product has been manufactured. And that one will ensure that substandard products are rid of in Nigeria.
If the authentication process fails, at the back end, we receive a report. We have the coordinates of that location We're able to see what product you are trying to authenticate. It has a track and trace system attached to it.
So in all these areas where standards are developed, and these standards are meant to facilitate trade. That is why we are representing Nigeria at the international body, continental, and then the ECOWAS body.
Journalists under the umbrella of Commerce and Industry Correspondent Association of Nigeria, SICAN, are expected to join the campaign through enlightening Nigerians on how to identify genuine products from fakes. This is as the organizers say, a genuine product is not just a purchase, but an investment in your safety and well-being.
Let's now head to the capital market. Well, let's now see how stocks fared last week as put together by Online Cardio.
The NGX All-Share Index and market capitalization appreciated by 0.63% to close last week at 96,579.54 basis points and 55.478 trillion naira. A total turnover of 2.821 billion shares worth 53.048 billion naira in 50,488 deals were traded by investors on the floor of the exchange. The financial services industry led the activity chart with 1.857 billion shares valued at 15.825 billion naira in 19,937 deals. Oil and gas industry followed with 288.807 million shares worth 11.302 billion naira in 9,365 deals, while the third place was the services industry with a turnover of 177.666 million shares worth 437.174 million naira in 3,604 deals. Trading in the top three equities, namely Consolidated Hallmark Holdings PLC, Veritas Capital Assurance PLC, and Access Holdings PLC, accounted for 862.499 million shares worth 3.795 billion naira in 3,511 deals. Similarly, all other indices finished higher with the exception of NGX CG, NGX Premium, and NGX Pension Board, which depreciated by 0.42%, 1.72%, and 0.07%, while the NGX ASEM and NGX Sovereign Board indices closed flat. For exchange-traded products, a total of 37,329 units valued at 8.385 million naira were traded in 212 deals. At the bonds market, a total of 88,071 units valued at 75.396 million naira were traded in 37 deals. On summary of price changes, 56 equities appreciated in price during the week, 26 equities depreciated in price, while 69 equities remained unchanged. Olayinka Ojo for Business Express.
And now to global stocks market. Asian markets fall after China manufacturing slumps to 6 months low. Real estate drags Hang Seng Index. Next is a summary of global markets, and Maria is standing by with the numbers. Let's have it, Maria.
The global stock market was bearish this afternoon. This is evident as European stocks fell in the first trading day in September, which was underway, and investors considered the outlook for markets. The DAX depreciated to 0.10%, CAC went down by 0.09%, and FTSE went down by 0.09%, and that's CAC going down 0.08%. Asia markets mostly down also as economic data coming out from the major markets in this region, inflation numbers from South Korea, Australia's second quarter GDP, as well as data on pay and household spending from Japan later this week. Trading in red is trading in bright red. Green is 0.04%, that's Nikkei, and we have Shanghai Composite down by 1.10%. Hang Seng Index reflected this trend at 1.65%. Now to U.S. stocks, there was rise on Friday with the Dow Jones Industrial Average posting a fresh record high as investors end a volatile month on a high note. Traders also contemplate over crucial inflation data watched closely by the Federal Reserve. We have the Dow Jones Average higher by 0.55%. S&P 500 reflects this at 1.01%. Nasdaq Composite followed the trend at 1.13%. Moving to Africa now, Africa markets are bearish with a closer look showing South Africa JSE Top 40 going down by 0.39%. We have Tunisia Tune Index also reflecting this at 0.29%. Following the trend is Namibia All Share Index at 0.10%. Ghana was also down by 0.28%. That's the global market update. I am Maria Ado-Zakari. It's back to you, Musa.
Well, thank you, Maria, for that update. Well, this is where we end today's edition of Business Express. Business Express returns tomorrow by 9:30 a.m. Thanks for watching. Do have a pleasant day.